Namaste. Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dvitiyotyaya. Shri Shuka Uvacha Evam Pura Tarayan Tarano Yat Mayonil Nashirtam Tarano Yat Mayonil Nashirtam Sumurutim Pratyavarutia Tushirtat Tatang Sasaljadama Mukha Darashaturiya Yat Praga Vyabhasaya Buddhatiha. Wow. Yeah. Srimad Bhagavatam has the most difficult words. The only exception that I could think of is Buddha Charita, because it came out later. So Buddha Charita, the Sanskrit and the because it's half the book or 2/3 of the book is missing the other, Sanskrit. It's the most modern Sanskrit you'll ever find. Came out 2,500 years ago, and then Sanskrit, became lost, like really lost. It's just been 500 years since last time anybody spoke Sanskrit like the way I do, and my pronunciation is 80% Aryan. So without Aryan pronunciation, you're never gonna get the full effect of what the author intended to convey. It's not just the meanings; it's a system, So, all right. Tatang 사살제다만 모다 마모카 사살제다 모모카드르 셔투이리아타 비아야트 브라그 비아바사 유부드야 부드티허. Almost. I hate this phlegm in my throat. Some people never drink milk and they don't have any problems with phlegm at all because milk tends to produce phlegm. Milk is my protein source. That's why I'm a vegetarian, not a vegan. But now, if I hadn't drank milk, this wouldn't be a problem. I could guarantee you that. This makes me think a little bit. Tata sasaljadama mokabdru sasaljadama mokadr shatuiriata pyayat praga pya 사살제다마 모카드르 셔투이리아타 비아야트 브라그 비아바사야 부드티허. Take that, demons. Less than 20 tries. What's Satan doing now? Oh, he's stuck on one word again for the last 20 minutes. Said it like 700 times. Still can't get it right. Yeah, that's Satan for you. He's not an angel yet. What do you mean yet? Forget about it. 3 trillion years from now, might as well say, hey, let's do something else because it's never gonna come. Shabudasya hi brahmano eshu anantang yananama piltyayati tira pal taiha bari pramamsa tatara na Vinandatel Tana Maya Maya Vasanaya Shayanaha Ataha Kavilnamasu Yavadaltaha Syada Pramatato Vyavasaya Buddhatiha Siddhatenya Talte Na yateta tatura parishramam tatura samikushamanoha. Satyam kushvitam kim kashipoho praya saibahau sevasitete hiupadal hano hiupabai kim Satyanjalao Kim Purutanana Patriya Digabare Galadeo Sati Kim Tukulai Ho Jiranui Kim Pati Na Sananti Dishananti Pekushwum Naivangan Karipahu Parapurtahu Saritopia Shushuyona Rudutai Guhahu Kimajitobati Nopasanana Skasamada Pajananti Kavayo Tanadulmadanan Dana Evam Savachitete Savata Eva Siteta Atma Puriyolto Bhagavana Nanantaha Tam Nivurato Niyatalto Pajata Samsara Hetu Paramashita Yatra Kasitam Devana Durutia Paranuchinan Tam Murute Pashuna Satim Nama Yunjiat Pashyanan Janam Patitam Vaitaranuyam Savakamajan Parita Paput Parita Panjushvo Nama Ketchet Savadehan Haidurdaya Vakashe almost. I'll get it in 3 tries. Ketchet Savadehan Haidurdaya Kava. Alright, that's 1. Ketchet, that's 2. Alright, last one. Ketchet Savadehan and Haida. Alright, I quit. I'm done. F this crap, man. You cursing Sanskrit, sir? What do you mean, sir? I'm Satan. Well, everybody needs to be deserved. I mean, everybody deserves to be treated with respect or something like that. To Satan? Treat Satan with respect and see what will happen to you. Have you ever treated a tiger with respect in person? 2 feet away from the tiger. See what will happen to you, Oh, I was just trying to treat the tiger with respect. And the tiger didn't like it for some reason. The tiger had a problem. Clearly. Ketchitisavadehana Tahurudaya Bakashe Pradeshamatram Purusham Pasanantama Chaturpujam Ganjaratanga Shanganka Gada Taram almost. Ganjaratanga Shanganka Gada Taram Taranoya Samarananti Purasanuna Bhagavatam Nalinaya Tekushanam Dhammanam Nalinaya Tekushanam Kadamamba Kinja를 Kadamamba Kinja를 Kapi Kadamamba Kinja를 Kapi Shanganga Vasa Sama Kadamamba Kinja를 Pa Kadamamba Kinja를 Mia Kadamamba Kinja를 Kapi Kadamamba Kinja를 Kadamamba Kinja를 Kapi Shanganga Vasa Sama. Come on. It's this word right here. Sorry, maybe sometimes I'll point it out just, if I'm stuck in somewhere. Where is it stuck at? We don't know. Some hole somewhere. Kadamamba Kinja를 Pa Kadamamba Kinja를 Kapi Shanganga Vasa Sama Kadamamba Kinja를 Kapi Shanganga Vasa Sama. Take that, demons. Lasanam Maharatana Hiranuya Hiranam Mayangan Gadam Lasanam Maharatana Hiranam Mayangan Gadam Supuranam Maharatana Kirita Kunundolam. Take that, demons. Ununidra Hurta Pa Unkaja Kikal Nuika Laye. I didn't give up. 오는 니들아 허르트 방은가 오는 니들아 허르트 방은가 작갈 노이까라예 요게시바라 스타 비타 바다 발르라 밤 아닌기서 요게시바라 스타 비타 바다 바프 Palulabama. Palulabama. Yogeshivara Sita Pitapa. Pitapa. Yogeshivara Sita Pitapa da Papalava her. Papala. Papula. Pap. Da. Pa. La. La. Not pula. Pa. Lula. Palula. Palula. Yogeshivara Sita Pita. Yogeshivara Sita Pitapa da Palulabama. Ooh, there's something there. If I say it right, we're gonna get rid of something big. Yogeshivara Sita Pitapa da Palulabama. Or at least a little thing. Something's done with. And I think something got done with the first time I almost said it. Shri Lagushamanam Gausutu Paratanakan Tara Marul Mamula Na Lakushumuyo Lakushemia. Okay. Gausutu Paratanakan Tara Mamula Gausutu Paratanakananta Gausutu Paratanakananta Mamula Na Lakushemia Gausutu Paratanakananta Mamula Gausutu Paratanakananta Mamula Na Lakushemia Gausutu Paratanakananta Pasut Gausutu Paratanakananta Ma Kanantara Gausutu Paratanakanantara Mamulana Lakushemia. Just really purifying. Shri Lakushanam, because sometimes I need more help and other times. And when you find you're like, all right, get me out of here, Mr. Wizard. So that's Mr. Pig. Gausutu Paratana Ganantara Ganantara Gausutu Paratana Ganantara Mamula Gausutu Paratana Ganantara Mamulana Gausutu Paratana Ganantara Mamulana Lakushemia Vanamalaya Chitamu Vipushvitam Mekalayang Unguli Yakai Mahataina Tanainu Purakang Kano Dipiha Vipushvitam Mekalayang Unguli Yakai Mahatainainu Purakang Kano Dipiha. Almost. Mekalayang Unguli Yakai Mahatainainu Purakang Kano Dipiha. Now, should I repeat that? Because the phlegm got in the way. That's unlike the lowest of low of Satan. Yeah, what do you expect from Satan? He's supposed to be Satan, like kosher Satan. Not just Satan. Satan is as Satan does. Can you please put in front of Satan so it's cooled down a little bit when you say Satan? Without the Always say Satan. Don't just say the second part. Always, when you're referring to Satan, oh, that hurt. See, it really hurts when you say the word. So you're gonna say Satan, because it kind of cools down. Cool down, Satan. That hurt again. Cool down, Satan. All right, there we go. Namaste. Pushitam Mekalayang Anguli Yakai Mahatanainu Purakangano Dipiho. The phlegm got in the way again, and this time like twice in the same word. Imagine preserving what I'm doing for until we get to the next planet, which is Venus, which is 3 trillion years from now, and you humans will never understand what 3 trillion years is, and I don't even remember it either. But yeah. Okay, here we go. Bipu Shwitam Mekalayang Anguli Yakai Maha. My point is that what if they hear this 4 trillion years from now, and 3 trillion years from now, and they just go like, the phlegm, man, we can't stand it. It's just like comment on your 3 trillion year old ancestor. Thank you very much. I feel very appreciated. Sorry for my phlegm. That should be on my tombstone. Rest in peace. Sorry about my phlegm. And the message got across 3 trillion years from now on Venus when somebody's complaining about my phlegm in the Sanskrit. The holy Sanskrit has phlegm in it. Ha 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 ha. And he gets, the message from the tombstone. Oh, it says on the tombstone, sorry about the phlegm. He knew about it, he just couldn't do anything about it. He tried, he asked God 3 times. Dear God, please take my phlegm away. Ask you in your son, King Yaosha's name. Amen. Sorry. Different pronunciations for different people. Kabbalists will say Amen, period. I think. I hope. Because that's what I like. Bipu Shuitam Mekala Yang Anguli Yakai Maha Tanai Nu Purakang Kano Di Pihe Senigata Mala Kunchit Tani La Kunanta Lai Virochamana Nanaha Sapashalama. A 2-line word. It will take me about 6 tries, I think. Snigatamala Kunchitani La Kunanta Lai Virochamana Nanaha Sapeshalama. Alright, that was 1. 5 more tries. That was not passable to me because it has so many pauses. Senigatamala kunchitani la kunantat lai viro chamana nanaha sa peshalama. Alright, 2nd try. And 3rd try. Senigatamala kunchitani la kunantat lai viro chamana nanaha sa peshalama. 4th try. Sinigatamala kunjitani la kunantarnal. That's what I'm messing up. The humans divided 1 word into 2 lines, thinking, we invented this thing called a dash. We're gonna separate this character from that character because they have no relation to each other. They don't love each other. And Sanskrit is not made of love, pure love. Like 100,000% pure love is not Sanskrit. There's no love. So yeah, the word got broken into 2. So this is lie, and this is lvi or lai v, and lie is missing v. They're missing each other. V, lvi is missing lie. And lie is missing because they're so far from each other. So the word doesn't make sense. It's like you cut a snake into 2. That's exactly what you did, humans. And that'll reflect on the society and everything. Because this is Sanskrit. This is like hardwired to your DNA, Okay, here we go. Humans. I love humans. I said it. In King Yaosha's name, I love humans. In King Yaosha's name, that's Jesus' real name. In King Yaosha's name, I love humans, says Ha Satan. In King Yaosha's name, I love humans, says King Yaosha. I am not King Yaosha at all. I'm like the exact opposite of Jesus, Ha, Satan. Yeah, I even look like the exact opposite of Jesus. Or Yaosha. I hate the sound of Jesus. Sounds like not like Jeebus. That's a demon's name, Kind of sounds like that. Snigatamala kunchitani la kunantala virochamana nanaha sapeshalama. Yes, take that, demons. Says King of the Demons. What are you doing to us? I'm trying to demolish the whole kingdom, because if a member of a kingdom stands up against one another, the whole kingdom is ruined. I took that as actually a command. Jesus said it as a parable. I took it as a command. I'm gonna demolish the kingdom of demons. You know, if you go against your own kingdom, then the whole kingdom collapses. Oh, the king of demons has gone against his own kingdom, and surprisingly, it's gonna take him 42 months to, you know, set things straight, and hopefully only 10% of the whole entire thing's gonna get destroyed, and not the whole thing. Not even, you know, we don't even want to sacrifice half. 10% is like precious. But yeah, after 42 months. Revelation 11 coinciding with Revelation 13. In Revelation 13, the beast and the two witnesses, can you connect the two? Because one of the witnesses maybe, I'm not going to say, because this thing about humans is sometimes they just don't know how to connect. And this happens like so often to the point that you just, you know, you start to smell things. You go, smells like non-intelligence. I'm not going out there, you know. Adina, what are you talking about? Stupid people smell or something, man? It's like, they always pick fights too. Udina lila hasi tekshanola sada pu panga samsu jita purya nugara hamu. Oh no, God is punishing me for talking too much. In time, He's using Sanskrit to punish me. I cannot get through this half-broken one snake broken into two snakes, or, you know, it's a dead snake almost. It was a long snake, and the humans broke it into two. Why? Because they don't love. They don't love. Humans don't love. Do they do everything else to show love? Because they don't know love. They'll do everything else to show, you know, what possibly can be love, you know. Because I don't know. So this must be it. Adina lila hasitekshanola sadhu pu panganga samsu jita purya nugara hama. What are you? Why don't you do it, man? Why don't you just write it yourself, man? Like, you know, yeah, I wish I had some. If I have money, I'll do all the things by myself. Yeah, sure. Gladly, I do this for fun. What do you think? You know, if I get paid to do this, oh my God, I'll fix everything for you. I'll fix the entire, you know, Vedic literature of 10,000 books. Udina lila hasitekshanola la sada pu panganga samsu jita purya nugara hama. I mean, seriously, like seriously, because that one snake was broken into two snakes, I have about 3 to 4 times more trouble saying it than if it were just one snake. And, you know, what I mean by a snake is a word. In case you didn't get it, you know, human. If you did get it, you're probably not. Don't even like associate yourself with humans, because humans don't. They can't. You know, you don't believe me. You're on YouTube now. You should have an idea, though. Like, unless you filter everything, you know, only positive thing, only positive. Oh my God, what's that? It's called reality somewhere, you know. I don't know. I don't like them either, though. But you can't filter them forever. They're there somehow, one way or another. God's gonna take care of it. Adina lila hasitekshanola nola sada pu panganga samsu jita purya nugara hama. Adina lila hasitekshanola 노르라 사드푸 푸루 사드푸루 방은가 삼수 지타 푸리야 누가라 하무. Maybe I shouldn't highlight it. Maybe that's getting in the way. Excuses and see if I get a better result. Sometimes you get lucky. So wow, it's really unstable then, the whole thing. How confident are you when you go on a ship? Adinalila hasiteka norlas. Adinalila hasiteka norla. Sadhu pru, sadhu pru, sadhu pru, sadhu pru, sadhu pru. I have to like mend these words together because they're separated. This is and this is the pru, the pru, sadhu pru, sadhu pru, sadhu pru, sadhu pru, and hope that they'll connect themselves spiritually together, so I could say it. Adina lila hasiteka shalod. Adina lila hasiteka shalod. Adina lila hasiteka shalod. Adina lila hasiteka shalod. Sada prum. Adina lila hasiteka shalod. Sada prum 방은가. 어디나 리라 하시테크쇼 노노라 사드 프루 방은가 삼수 찌따 포리야 누구라 하마 어디나 리라 하시테크쇼 노노라 사드 프루 방은가 삼수 찌따 푸리야 누구라 하마 Meow. In the name of King Yaosha. That's the real name for Jesus. In the name of King Yaosha. Meow. Adinalila 하시테크셔 노노라 사드 푸루 방은가 삼수 지타 푸리야 누구라 하무. Take that, meow. And King Yao, from now on, whenever I say meow, it's in King Yaosha's name because I'm not allowed to say meow for myself. Why not? Because I'm Satan. Imagine Satan saying meow. So every time I say the word meow, it's implied that I say it under the name of King Yaosha. From now on, today is January 28th, like 28 days later, and the movie 28 years later just came out today. So if you want to go watch it, why am I advertising it? Because I used to work for, I used to work for a film as a SAG, that's professional extra, for for a film directed by Danny Boyle, and I saw him in person. He was about like 30 feet away from me, The whole time we were shooting at the 59th Street and Fifth Avenue, busy area with Apple store right across. I was. If you've seen the film, you might have seen my arm, But yeah, what am I talking about? 28 days later. Yeah, 28 days later. So why am I advertising? I don't know why I'm advertising. It's just 20. I love the film 28 Days Later. That's the first one of the 28 Days Later series. The first one is like 99.99 of the entire. It's like if you haven't seen the first one, why? Well, you haven't watched any movies yet? If you claim to have watched a movie in your lifetime, if you haven't seen 28 Days Later, it came out in like 2001. It came out. Oh, this is what happened. It was gonna come out, and then 9/11 happened, and then there was a scene in 28 Days Later, which like totally looked like 9/11, like with the posters with missing children and everything, missing people, and not children, missing people. And so they had to postpone the date until I think next year, the following year. So it wasn't 2001, it was 2002 when it got released in the US, because it was released in the UK. It's a UK film, in case you didn't know, and supposedly it's a low budget film. So that's another reason why I recommend people to watch it, because this is what people can do under a tight budget. And as a natural cheapo, because I'm not like the cool people can draw up things whenever they want to. I have to like wait for it. It's about money. I talked enough. As soon as money is mentioned, I'm moving on. 아디날리라 하실 때 그셔 노로마 사드 프루 방은가 삼추 지따 부리아 누구라 하면 man. 아디날리라 하실 때 그셔 노로마 사드 프루 마 아디나리랑 하실 때 그셔 노로마 사드 프루 방은가 삼수 지따 프루리. So one day I'm gonna teach the entire world Sanskrit, because I'm like one of the 10 people or fewer. There's at least one other person who could do what I could do, and besides him, everything else is like questionable. So safely, there's at least one other person who does what I could do, but I don't think he would do it. It's like, oh, the world is crumbling, I have to help it. Can he do it? The pig. It's like he's a pig. He can't focus. He can't concentrate. He's a pig. He concentrates on the wrong things. They're not things, sir. 아디나리라 하실 때 그셔 노로라 사드 프루 방은가 삼수 지따 프리아 누구라 하면 아디나리라 하실 때 그셔 노로라 사드 프루 방은가 삼수 지따 프리아 누구라 하면 이 그슈에따 지는따 마야메나 미시바람 지는따 마야메나 미시바람 야바는 마노 타라노 야바티시 바티시 텄대 타라노 야바티시 텄대 에까이까 쇼강가니 티아누 파바얏. What a way to divide one snake into two snakes, two shorter snakes. Humans. 티아누파바 티아누파바야트 바다디 야바드 타시탐 가다 프르타흐 지탐 스타나마 포히야 타라야트 바람 슈드 티아티 티리야타 야타. Yava. I always think. So, like half an hour later, I'm like a foot shorter. Yava는 나 자야다. 바라바레스미네. 비시베시바레 드라시터리 파크티 요가흐. 다바트 스타비야흐 부르셔시야 루밤 그리야바사네 보라야타흐 스마레타. 스티람 수캄 자사나마 스티토 야티. You had to break up a short snake into two shorter snakes. Now the snake loses its potency. Human. 야티리야다에 지하수리 마망은가 지하수리 마망은가 lokam. Kalecha deshecha manona sajajayat pranona nyachechana manasa chitta suha. Manaha sevabhutya malaya nyamya kushvetrajinya etam ninayatatamani. 아트마나마트마니아 바루티아 티로 라브토파샤는 딜 비라메타 라브토파샤는 딜 비라메타 그르티아트 Krityat Na Yatra Kalonimi Shwam Paraha Prapuha Kuto Nu Devan Jagatam Ya Ishire Na Yatra Satatavam Na Rajasata Mashichan Na Vai Vikaro Na Mahana Vratanam Padam Vaishnava Mama Nananti Tadayanan Neti Tiadadut Sid Sisurakushavaha Neti Tiadadut Sid Neti Tiadadut Sid Surakushavaha Neti Tiadadut Sid Neti Tiadadut Sid Neti Tiadadut Sisurakushavaha Visurujian Daurat Miamanania Sauhurdan Daurat Miamanania Sauhurdan Hurudo Paguhiai Hapadam Hurudo Paguhiai Hapadam Pade Itatam Munisetu Paramedvia Vasatito Munisetu Paramedvia Vasatito Vijñana Viryaasura는 Tita Shayahu Vijñana Viryaasura는 Tita Shayahu Svapai Shunuina Piduya Svapai Shunuina Piduya Kudam Tatonilam Sitaneshu Shartusunana Mayajita Kuma Klamaha Shartusunana Mayajita Klamaha Shartusunana Mayajita Klamaha Na Pyam Satitam Hurudya Tiropyata Samaduda. Yeah, they broke the snake into two shorter snakes. Now the snake loses its potency and the utterer has a hard time grokking it. Grok. I grok. No, I don't grok. Yes, you do. Grok. My name is not Grok. We're not talking about the name. We're grok. To grok means to understand, you idiot. Oh. Since when? 1970 something. I'm using it like 5 times less than before. I'm not listening to anybody. That's what happened. How did you get it to be lowered so much? I didn't listen to anybody anymore. That's what happened. Na Pyam Setitam Hurudya Tiropyata Samadudana Gatiorasi. Okay. Hurudya Tiropyata Samadudana Gatiorasi. It's hard for me. I don't know why. I have to make it unhighlighted. It's almost like disrespect to it if it's highlighted and while reading it for some reason. For me. Hurudya Tiropyata Samadudana Gatiorasi. Hurudya Tiropyata Samadudana Gatiorasi Tam Nayana Muniha Tatunu Sanantaya Tia Manasavi Sivatalul Mulam Shanakail Nayata Shanakail Nayata Tasamada Pruvo Ranantara Munan Nayata Tasamada Pruvo Tasamada Pruvo Ranantara Tasamada Pruvo Ranantara Munan Nayata 니루드타 사부타야타 노나 빼꾸쇼허 니루드타 사부타야타 노나 빼꾸쇼허 니루드타 사부타야 야따노 니루드타 사부타야타 노나 빼꾸쇼허 니루드타 사부타야타 노나 빼꾸쇼허 니루드타 사부타야타 노나 니루드타 사부타야타 노나 빼꾸쇼허. I'll say it again. Maybe I should stop drinking milk. To figure out where to get protein, because you don't want to do too many beans and legumes. No. I'll figure it out. 따스마드 푸르보라는 따나 따스마드 푸르보라는 따라 무는 나였다. 따스마드 푸르보라는 따스마드 푸르보라는 따라 무는 나였다. 따스마드 푸르보라는 따라 무는 나였다. 니루드타 사부타야타 노나 빼꾸쇼허 니루드타 사부타야타 노나 니루드타 사부타야타 노나 빼꾸쇼허 스티 디vain 무홀달 타마 꾸른터 들으실 두일 닐피디아 무홀달 타마 꾸른터 들으실 두일 닐피디아 무홀달 타마꾸는 터들으셔도일 내피디야 물타는 베스를 자드 바람 같다흐 야디 브라야시아는 너러파 바라메시투얌 바이라야사나 무타 야드비하람 아실터 디파티암 구노사는 이바에 사하이바 가지체는 마나 새는들이 야이시정 요게시바라놈 가티마후라는 딸 바히스트리 로키야흐 가티마후라는 딸 바히스트리 로키야흐 바바나는 따라트마남. It's the second half. 나 갈마 피스탐 가티마 부누바는티 비디야 타포 요가 사마티 파잠 비디야 타포 요가 Vidya tapo yoga samadhi bhajam Vaishvanaram nyati pihayasa katah Sushomunnoya Brahma patena shochichua Pitu takar kota Hareruda sitat Prayati chakram niropa Shaishumaram Tade Vishvana Pim Divativaltia Vishnuranui Yasa Virajanat Manaika Namasukaratam Brahma Vidam Upaiti Karepa Yushua Yadevi Buddha Ramanante 아토 아나는 따시야 무카날레나 나는 다 흐르마 나는 다 히야마 남사 니리 구슈요 비시바마 니리야티 시드 테시바라 요실터 티슈누염 시드 테시바라 요실터 시드 테시바라 요실터 시드 테시바라 요실터 티슈누염 Yadu divine para altiam tadu para mesutuyam. I just want to check how much I have left. Oh wow. Okay. Not too much. It's 1.5 pages left. Take me about 10 minutes max. Maybe more because the verses are longer, huh? 15 minutes. Na yatra shoko na chara na murutil na naltil na chodubega. I'm gonna point out just one more time, they broke a snake into two shorter snake, and the second half is longer than the first half. Poor snake. Now it lost its potency. That's my point, human. I'm not even gonna pluralize humans anymore. I'm just gonna say human. I'm gonna collectively just call them all as one. Human. Listen up, human. I have to say the whole thing. F. I have to say effing the whole thing again. Na yatra shoko na chara na murutil na til na chodubega. Mutil na til na til na til na til na. I'm trying to familiarize these two characters. This is til. Now, meet or na. They're supposed to belong together. They used to belong together, and the human made it into two. And I'm not gonna pluralize human. Yeah, the human made it into two. So I have to practice joining them together, hoping that they're gonna keep being together because they're separated. As clearly you can see, human. 무르띠을 날뜰 나초드베가 무르띠을 날뜰 날뜰나 무르띠을 날뜰 나초드베가 로테 꾸타셔체트 야체체트 따또다흐 그러빠야 니담비담 그러빠야 니담비담 두라는 따두허 카프라 파바누 달샤나트 두라는 따두허 카프라 팝 두라는 따두허 카프라 파바누 달샤나트 나또 비셰쇼음 프라티파디야 늘파야스테나트 만나 페날라 물티라트 바난 바라느. Let the record show human divided the snake into two snakes, and the second half of the snake is like about 4 to 5 times long as the first half part that they cut off. And they use this thing called a dash or a minus sign, whatever they call them. And they think that it kind of mends them. It mends the issue at hand, which is dividing the snake into 2 or 3. The snake is unconscious. It's still alive. Anyway, I hope human get my point. I'm not even going to pluralize. I'm not going to articleize humans. I'm not going to pluralize human. I'm just going to call human from now on. I've seen enough. I just hate that. My body's 99.99% human or something like that. If you get into the DNA and stuff. 99.99. It's might as well. Oh, you're just human. Yeah, I hate it. I'm clinging for my dear life to that 0.01% of me that is not human. Okay. I'm 99.99% almost monkey, and I'm holding on for my dear life for that holy part of me, which is just 0.01%. Could be 0.02. I'm like, wow. I got a lot to work with here. Tato Bisheshwam Pratipadya Lilpayasatena Temana Penala Multiratavarana Lilpayasatena Temane Lilpayasatena Temana Penala Punala Nilpayasatena temana penala mul. Nilpayasatena temana mana. Nilpayasatena temana penala mul tirate varana. Nilpayasatena temana punala. Nilpayasatena temana punala mul tirate varana. Nilpayasatena temana punala mul tirate varana. Jyotilmayo, Vayu Mupatia Kale, Vaivagamana, Vaivatamana, Kam, Purohadat Malingangama, Kranuana, Kanantam, Rasanena, Vai, Rasam, Rupam, Ja, Turashatuya, Shivasanam, Devachaiva. Oh, it's not Rup. Okay, I gotta say this one more. Rupam Chaturashatuya Shivasanam Devachaiva. Sorry, there's a difference between Ra and Ra. Which modern scholars don't care. Shrotreno, Chopetia, Napokunotivam, Branuena, Jaku Timupaiti Yogi. 사 부다숙시면은들이야 사는니까 좀 부다숙시면 슈슈슈 부다숙시면은들이야 사는니까 좀 마노마얌 데바마얌 비카리암 삼사디야 가티야 사하테나 야티 비지냐나 따뜻함 구너 사는 니로 탐 temana mupaiti shanan tama nananda yobasane etam gatim pagavatim gato yah sa vai punal neha bishoju jatanganga ete surti te dropa pedagi te tvaya pitpurushtue ha sanatane cha ye vai puran brahmano aha purushta aratito bhagavan vasudevah na hyatonyah shivah panantha shi vishatah samsarata viha vasudeva. Sorry, it's this one. Second half now. I need assistance. I need like set people, you know. This is Sanskrit. You have like 2 people in the whole world who could do what I could do, and I'm one of the 2. The government doesn't. Nobody cares. Vasudeva Bhagavati Yogo Yato Pavet. You know, I know some people are even spying on me. Is that a spying? I'm just invest, make it into a business. Bhagavan Brahma Kartusuniena. Yeah, Kartusuniena. 들이라는 비구쇼여 많이 쇼여 다다티아바시아 뜨고 떠스토 라띠라 테마는 야또 파베트. Man, if you could find one more person, I know there's one more who's willingly, able to do what I'm doing. Let me know, please. There's not one person out of 8 billion people, so you claim to have. You, human. I'm not gonna pluralize or articleize. Human. Bhagavan salva puteshu lakushvitaha sivatmana hariha. My voice is changing or something, making my microphone sound better. I don't know. Durusya buduthya di pildarashata. Durusya Derashiai Buddha Tiadi Pildarashita Lagashonoira Numa Pakai Tasamat Saivat Mana Rajanan Hariha Saivatara Saivada Shrotaviah Kiltitaviashita Smartavio Pagavana Durunoma. Last verse. Bimananti ya Bhagavata Atmanaha Satam Katamuratam Shravana Putuashua Shravana Putuashua Samampurutama Punananti the Vishayabidu Shwita Shayam Vishayabidu Shwita Shayam Parajananti Tachacharana Saro Ruhananti Kam Tachacharana Saro Tachacharana Saroruha Tachacharana Saroruhananti Kam Iti Srimad Bhagavate Mahapuranu Paramahamsiyam Samitayam Divitiyas Ganante Purusha Samsita Balnonam Nama Divitiyotyaya Namaste. Yeah, I mean, if this were, like, let me tell you something. If this were a good society, like, the government will be paying me ample amounts of money for me to do this. Well, because you people suck, says God's servant, I'm doing YouTube. Anyway, I don't mind it. I'm trying to make a joke, but it's not going to where I want it to go. It's getting darker and darker. It's like, how do I make a joke out of it? Forget it. Forget it, Jake. It's Chinatown. Oh, okay. That's what I would have said if they made me into Jack, you know. Yeah. Forget it, Jack. It's Chinatown. I go, oh, I see. Okay. Where's the bus? You have a car. No. I always take a bus because I'm so poor. Discourse 2. Shri Shuka continued. It was through such concentration that Brahma propitiated that Lord and got from him at the dawn of creation the knowledge which he had forgotten. Having thus acquired unfailing vision and a conclusive understanding, he created the universe even as it existed before the universal dissolution. Such is the method of the Vedas, that the mind seeks gratification through empty names devoid of any corresponding reality. Expecting happiness in the world of Maya, the soul wanders as though it were dreaming, but fails to derive real happiness there. That's true. Therefore, wise men should have connection with the objects of enjoyment, only to the extent they are useful for maintaining the body. That's key. No other religion talks about this, and they need this more than everybody else, you know. At the same time, he should be convinced in his mind and should never commit the error of getting attached to them. And if such objects could be had otherwise, he should not strive for them, seeing that such an endeavor would entail labor. When the earth is there, what will be gained by taking pains for a bed? When nature has provided us with arms, what use have we for pillows? When we can hold things in the hollow of our palms, what need is there for dishes and cups of various kinds? And when there are cardinal points, the barks of trees and so on, of what avail are silken robes? Are there no rags on the road? Do not trees that live only to maintain others give alms? Have rivers dried up? Have the mouths of mountain caves been blocked? And does the Supreme Lord Sri Hari deny protection to those who approach him? Wherefore should the wise knock at the door of those who are blind with the pride of wealth? Having thus determined his goal with a complacent mind, a man should adore the infinite and eternal Lord, residing in his very heart as his beloved self, and as a self-evident truth. For through his worship the seed of metempsychosis ceases to be. Who else than beasts would desist from meditating on the Supreme and set his mind on the pleasures of sense, even when he actually sees people fallen into the hellish river of mundane life and suffer the agonies brought by their own past actions? Some people fix their mind through meditation on the Lord in forearms, bearing severally a lotus, a discus, a conch, and a mace, and residing in the cavity of their heart within their own body in a form as big as a thumb in height. With a cheerful countenance and big lotus-like eyes, he has a cloth, yellow as the filaments of a kadamba flower, wrapped round his person, and is adorned with a pair of gold armlets, studded with precious brilliant jewels, a crown and a pair of earrings inlaid with valuable radiant jewels. His feet, which are tender like young shoots, are installed by the masters of yoga at the center of the full-blown lotus of their heart. He bears a golden streak, has the famous Kaustubha gem hanging from his neck, and his chest is covered by a garland of sylvan flowers of unfading splendor. Sorry, what's wrong with me? Why am I sounding Romanian? He is adorned with a girdle as well as with most precious rings, anklets, and bracelets, etc., and looks charming with the smile that ever beams on his countenance, beautified with sleek, glossy, curly, and dark tresses. He is betraying his abundant grace by the play of his brows, the beauty of which is enhanced by his sportful smile, bright smiles and glances. The practicant should continue to gaze on this conceptual image of the Lord till his mind gets fixed in meditation. He should visualize with his mind, one by one, all the limbs of Lord Vishnu, the wielder of a mace, from his feet upwards to his smiling countenance. Even as his reason gets purer and purer, his mind will become steadier and steadier. And in this way, when one limb becomes clearly visible, he should leave it to visualize the next, till one's mind gets fixed through devotion on the all-witnessing Supreme Lord of the universe as portrayed above. The practicant should with a concentrated mind meditate on the grossest form of the Lord after he has finished his daily devotions. Dear body Kushwit, when the striver intends to leave this body, he should not allow his mind to get attached to the time and place. Sitting in a steady and easy posture, he should control his breath and restrain his senses with his mind. Then, controlling his mind with his pure reason, he should merge his intellect in the Kushwatarajanya, the conscious principle in the body, and the conscious principle in the body in the Absolute Self. Then merging the Self in the Supreme Spirit and attaining final peace, the wise man should abstain from all activity. In that state, time, which is the ruler even of gods, has no power, much less the gods or the creatures that are ruled over by them. There is neither Sattva nor Rajas nor tamas in that state, much less the ego or mahat or pratana. Bent upon rejecting everything other than God as not that and giving up false self-identification with the body and things associated with it, the yogis, full of exclusive devotion, embrace with their heart every moment the adorable form of Lord Vishnu. The scriptures are at one in declaring this form as the supreme essence of the all-pervading Lord. The yogi, whose cravings for sense gratification, having completely set at rest by force of wisdom acquired through the scriptures, should drop his body in the following manner. First of all, he should squat, pressing the anus with his heels, and then, overcoming languor, should draw the air upwards through the 6 places. The self-disciplined yogi should draw the air located in the circle within the navel, upwards to the chakra located in the heart. Then, following the course of the udana air, he should take it to the circle located above the breast. And again, with the help of reason, he should gradually push it to the root of the palate. Thereafter, having closed the 7 passages, he should take the air from the root of the palate to the circle located at the middle of the eyebrows. Then, if he has no desire to visit the higher worlds, he should pause at the Ajna chakra for about half an hour with his gaze fixed on his goal, and taking the air into the Sahasrara chakra, attain union with God. Finally, breaking open the crown of his head, he should abandon his body and the senses. If, on the other hand, O king, the yogi intends to visit the Brahma Loka, or having acquired the 8 supernatural powers, to sport in the company of the Siddharthas, that move about, a class of celestial beings that move about in the air, or again to move about in any particular realm of the universe made up of the 3 modes of Prakriti, he should depart from the body, taking the mind and senses with him. It is said that the masters of yoga who practice worship of God, austere penance, abstraction, and self-knowledge, and whose body is as subtle as air, can freely move inside as well as outside the three worlds. People cannot have such unimpeded movement through mere ritual, karma. O king, the yogi who proceeds to the Brahma, the abode of Brahma, through the bright Sushumna, reaches first the abode of Vaishvanara, the god of fire, through the heavens. Shaking off whatever trace of impurity is still left in him, he then rises upwards to the stellar sphere, resembling in shape the figure of a dolphin and presided over by Lord Vishnu. Passing beyond this sphere, presided over by Vishnu, which is like a navel to the wheel of this universe, he ascends alone in his most subtle and pure body to the realm called Mahaloka, which is adored even by the knowers of Brahma, and which is the delightful abode of gods that live for a whole day of Brahma. Thereafter, when he sees the whole world below being consumed by the fire proceeding from the mouth of Lord Ananta, he rises still higher to Brahma's abode, where the foremost among the Siddharthas reside in their aerial cars, and which lasts for two paraltas. There is no grief nor agony, neither old age nor death in that sphere, much less fear of any kind. The only agony they suffer from is the mental anguish they feel out of compassion when they see people who have no knowledge of the process of meditation, as described above, undergoing repeated births and deaths that entail endless suffering. Then he fearlessly unites his subtle body with the earth and thereafter steadily pierces the 7 sheets, encasing the earth as below. From his terrestrial form he passes on to the watery, and from the aqueous to the fiery sheath. Again, from his fiery form he makes his way into the aerial sheath, and lastly from his aerial form in course of time he enters the ethereal sheath, which is an index to the infinitude of Brahma. Again, through his olfactory sense, the yogi returns to the subtlest element of smell, through the sense of taste to the subtle element of taste, through the sense of sight to the subtle element of color, to the subtle sense of touch to the subtle element of touch, to the auditory sense to the subtle element of sound, and through each organ of action to the functioning power of each, and thus all of them return to their subtle form. The yogi enters the ego. He dissolves the subtle elements into the tamasika ego, the senses into the rajasika, and the mind as well as the deities presiding over the senses into the sattvica ego. Then through the same process, he returns along with the ego to the principle of cosmic intelligence, and finally to Prakriti. Again, during the final dissolution, the yogi who becomes all blissful now merges with that pure blissful form in God, who is perfectly tranquil and bliss itself. Dear Parikushri, he who attains this divine goal no more returns to this world of matter. These, O king, are the 2 eternal paths recommended by the Vedas, about which you inquired of me. Of yore, when Brahma worshipped the Lord Vasudeva and interrogated him, it was these 2 paths that were taught to him by the Lord. For him who has fallen into the whirlpool of transmigration, there is no blessed path other than that which makes for devotion to Lord Vasudeva. Having critically studied the Vedas with a concentrated mind thrice over, Brahma concluded by force of his reason that alone to be the highest virtue by which one is able to develop exclusive devotion to Sri Krishna. Lord Sri Hari alone is seen as abiding in all beings as their very self. For what the hell? It's missing a page. Oh boy. I think it's missing how many verses? 2 verses. 1, 2, 3. 3 verses. Let me see if I can find it online. Give me some time here. Sorry about that. I have a physical copy somewhere else. Wait, I have it here. This is the end of the world. For the first time in my life,
I have what I need. I'll show you. It's kind of amazing. It's from India. I bought it, not from India, but I ordered it online. It came from India. How am I gonna do this? I will activate my webcam and take a picture. Or maybe I could do that here too. Take yeah, it's just, well, this is really bad. That archive.org should do better. It should be better. So what I'm gonna do is take a screenshot right now and then cut off that part and work from there. So give me some time. How do I take? Oh yeah, screenshot. I wish I had my third arm. I used to have a third arm. No, I do not have a third arm now. Mine in the gutter. And it's supposed to be third leg, not third arm. Anyway, how do I do this? Alright, so I held it long enough. If you're gonna pause it there and read it yourself, that's fine. I'm just gonna read the missing 4 verse shlokas. Lord Shri Hari alone. Yeah, it just gets cut off there. So I'm gonna start off at Lord Shri Hari at the very bottom. To the right, where it says 34. Lord Shri Hari alone is seen as abiding in all beings as their very self. For the intellect and other phenomenal objects are adjuncts that lead us to infer the existence of the Lord, who is the all-witnessing seer. Therefore, O King, men should always and under all circumstances, with their whole being, listen to, recite, and revolve within their mind Lord Shri Hari alone. They who drink in the nectar-like stories of the Lord, the soul of the universe, poured into the cups of their ears by holy men, are able to purify their heart, which has been contaminated through contact with the pleasures of sense, and attain proximity to his lotus feet. Thus ends the second discourse, entitled A Description of the Lord's Divine Form, in Book 2 of the Great and Glorious Bhagavata Purana, otherwise known as the Paramahamsa Samhita. Okay, so I'm gonna, from now on, since there's no translation online, so I have to read it from a physical book. That's what I'll do after. It's kind of unfortunate, you know. I would like to have as much resources as possible. And I don't want to work too hard to accommodate, like, you know, people's wanting to follow along. You know, if I had an assistant, I would make my assistant scan these, you know, at least one chapter a day. That's how I'm doing it. So one chapter is like 4 pages, scan like 4 or 5 pages a day, you know. But no, I have no help, nothing. Okay, so that's chapter 3, chapter 2. What should I do with this then? You see that there? It says 94. And the next page is 422. Yeah, I can't even have this. So goodbye. This is page what? 12. I'm just gonna make a note for myself so I don't have to do this when I do it the next time. It's kind of ominous, no? Right on their Baphomet. It's my bookmark. I should still use it. How do you define a real man? I don't know. One of the qualities is he leaves something behind and then later comes back to it. Like, say you were taught the piano, how to play the piano, and you played it for 10 years, and somehow, one way or another, you got bored of it, tired of it, whatever. So you leave, playing the piano behind. You don't play anymore. Well, as years go by, you realize that, hey, wow, that like really, really was part of me. That was me. That was part of me. So I must practice it regularly. However I choose to practice it, once a week, twice a week, whatever it is. But the man realizes that what he deserted was a part of him. So he goes back to it. That's a real man. Thank you very much. Namaste. Have a good day.